The editor of Recoil, our favorite magazine, Iain Harrison, is next.
Well, but before we do that with our multitasking Mike, America's Shooters is the newest gun shop in San Diego and Gun Owners Radio's newest show sponsor. If you're looking for a great gun shop for any of your firearm needs, go visit American Shooters. Tell Ernie you heard about them on Gun Owners Radio. They have a great selection of new and used and consigned firearms. Visit American Shooters at 1464 Graves Avenue, off the Bradley exit in El Cajon.
I figure if we're talking to the editor of a magazine, Ian, I better get that right, you know?
Well, there goes your subscription.
Well, I think you're doing a great job so far.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't want any of my modifiers to be dangling. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, thanks. Yeah, I just got back from an overnight camping trip in the desert where I was shooting 80-year-old guns out of 500 yards and drinking marvelous Scotch whiskey. So, pretty good weekend all in.
Wow. So did you pack it in and pack it out?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's my first hour of radio. It's an off-road show, and I just want to make sure because we have cleanups. Oh, my Lord, you would not believe the trash we take out of the desert.
Good for you guys. Yeah, I always make a point of making sure that it's in better shape than when I leave and when I arrive.
I liked you before. I like you more now.
What was the coolest gun you guys shot?
I shot, let's see, I shot my Lee Enfield No. 4 Mark I, which was made in 1941.
Wow, that's awesome.
That was kind of cool, yeah.
Next time you go, you got to take Mike because he has a Jeep.
I got a Jeep. I like whiskey. I like guns.
What more could you ask
Why
for?
didn't my phone ring last week?
It's lifted. It's lifted.
Guy.
That's cool. That sounds. And you were at SHOT too, right? Didn't you go to SHOT Show?
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah. Well, it's just a little over a week ago since SHOT Show wrapped up.
How was it?
SHOT Show was kind of like the curate's egg, if you know what I mean. It was good in parts, and I know it all depends on what perspective you're coming at it from. If you were one of the vendors and one of the exhibitors there, I'm pretty sure that guys are very noticing some of the reduced traffic. But I think foot traffic was down to about 35 to 40% of what it was in years past.
Was that, you think, is that COVID related, or what do you think's happening?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of COVID and the Great Reset, in that people are looking at their return on investment.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Being a SHOT Show is a huge chunk of change. And I think a lot of companies went, probably not going to get so many people there. And it's a big commitment. And therefore, I think they started backing out very early on. For example, 6 Hour pulled out 3 months before the event itself. And as a consequence, from somebody who's just there as an attendee,
yeah,
the experience is pretty good. You weren't jostling in the aisles. You actually got to spend some actual quality time with people in the booths. You weren't running from meeting to meeting. And although some of the bigger players weren't there, you got to spend time with some of the smaller guys who, some of which had some innovative products out there.
Yeah, our producer, Rich, is giving me a thumbs up. He said he had a great time. He said it was really
good.
He also said that foot traffic was way down, apparently, but that it maybe allowed for better conversations, so people weren't so slammed. What was the goal for Recoil, for you visiting as a representative of Recoil? What was your main goal for going to a SHOT Show?
The main goal is always to seek out the newest and the most innovative and the coolest stuff. And some of the product launches, they kind of go below the radar because if you're not having the multi-million-dollar marketing budget, and if you're not a 6 Hour, if you're not a Beretta, if you're not a Smith & Wesson, then a lot of your product announcements might get drowned out in the hubbub. Whereas if we can go in there and look in individual booths and some of the smaller, I love going in the basement down in SHOT Show, and I'm sure you guys love it also. But when you go down there and you find this guy who's been maybe working on something in his garage for 5 years and is finally ready to show it to the public, and you go, yeah, that's kind of cool, man. And in other instances, it's kind of, what the hell were you thinking? that's just kind of cool, man. It's one of those things where everybody gets together in the gun industry at one time, at one place, and you get to spend time with people who are the same amount of passion as you do.
How now Springfield don't they have like a new Bullpup? Were you able to take a look at that?
Yeah, they do. I actually have it in the truck with me right now.
Wow.
And
I was gonna say, how do you like it? But apparently you like it a lot.
yeah. I mean, I slung a Bullpup for about a decade in the service of Her Majesty's government, and so I'm fairly tuned up to that pitfalls, shortcomings, and the benefits of having a shrunken gun like that.
What was that one? Was that a Steyr AUG? Is that what you used?
No. I had the bastard stepchild of everybody else's second or third generation 5.56 platforms. I had the L85, and so I got to experience a lot of the bad points.
What's a bad point? So for a Bullpup design, because they're getting real popular, right? The Tavor, and then even like KSG's got their shotgun that's a Bullpup. Springfield's got this new one. So without being model specific, in general,
Yep.
what did you find in your experience as a disadvantage of using a Bullpup design?
The majority of Bullpups won't allow you to shoot them off the left shoulder. So if you're trying to break cover and engage your target around the left-handed cover as a right-handed shooter, about 60-75% of the Bullpups won't allow you to do that. Certainly in the case of the SA-80, if you try to shoot off the left shoulder, then you end up spitting approximately half of your teeth out because it has a reciprocating charging handle on the right-hand side, and it's just a nightmare to do that. Other guns, some of the other Bullpups out there will allow you to. The Springfield Hellion does allow you to shoot it off the left shoulder without modification, so that's a big plus. And as far as other generic advantages of shooting Bullpups, you get a 16-inch barrel or greater in the same amount of size overall as a 10.3-inch SBR. So you're not giving up any ballistic advantage out of the gun, and you end up with a very short, compact package, which is great, for example, if you're working around vehicles.
Have you put the Springfield through its pace? I don't want to steal any thunder. I'm sure you guys are going to do a great review, but have you put it through its paces yet?
Yeah, I've actually beat the snot out of it, and I started off. I actually managed to shoot it over in Croatia in its full auto setup with the Croatian SF.
Yeah,
and those guys like it, and they've had it in service now for about 7-8 years. And so that's one of the things I always do is, wherever possible, is to talk to end users who actually used it in real world situations, and those guys really like it, and there's been really no complaints.
Well, that's why your point about a Bullpup in general. That's why it's interesting. Usually people, there's this. Well, it's shorter and you can take corners. Some of the obvious reasons that Bullpups are good. But you got to actually use it to know that, hey, you're going to get smacked in the face if you try to use it with your left-handed. That's something. It seems like that's something they're not going to put on the sales sheet. That's something you got to know when you're out in the field doing it.
Yeah, hey, buy this gun. Oh, by the way, make sure your dental plan's up to date.
Yeah, really. So, what's coming up for Recoil? You guys got anybody? What's your latest issue, or you got any interesting interviews or features or anything?
Yeah, well, actually, we have that Springfield Hellion Bullpup on the cover on this issue, which is, it's been a fun gun. It's been definitely a fun gun to review, and then other stuff we're working on, sort of long term. We're doing a lot more in the world of night vision. And we've got a few really cool hunts coming up this year as well. For example, some of us are going to be taking Cessna 170s into the Middle Fork of the Salmon River and hunting elk out of rafts there.
Jeez.
And yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How did that
really
happen? How did that transpire?
It was kind of a bet. It's I bet you can't do that. Yeah, I bet you can.
That sounds great. Are you guys all hunters, or is this a first-time experience for many of you? Or
no, the majority of us are hunters. It's like the majority of us are all former service as well.
Yeah.
And so we try and bring that perspective into stuff that we write about. And you have to be careful when you're hiring guys in, obviously, in that you do want different perspectives, but there's also a sort of commonality of, okay, you need to be able to live in the field, and you need to be able to shoot to a certain level of confidence. And writing, yeah, we can teach that and we can edit that, but you have to have that basic level of confidence when it comes to firearms.
That's awesome. Okay, so where do people, if people want we actually, on our website, we give a deal on, you don't even have to be a member. We just believe so much in your magazine. We love you guys so much that you get a little bit of a discount if you sign up on our website. But what is the Recoil website? Where do they find you guys if they want more information and they want to see what Recoil is all about?
RecoilWeb.com is where you'll find a lot of our digital content, and certainly both our digital written content and also some of our videos on Recoil TV, because we have our own video platform because we didn't want to be kowtowing to the likes of YouTube.
Yep, we're on that platform too, so you can check us out on Recoil's platform. Part of what we try to do is build the community, and I got to tell you, Recoil Magazine is the magazine of the gun community. You guys do such a great job, and we're so happy to be to partner with you guys in every way we can, and I really appreciate your time, Iain.
I really appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity, guys.
Don't forget to invite him to the desert, or he'll cry like a baby.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.